A shout out to our podcast sponsor, sportsponsorship.co.uk. If you or your business are interested in making a real difference to the Scottish game, supporting hundreds of kids into regular football, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk and they'll find the right fit for your brand.
Hello and welcome to Tinpot, a Scottish football podcast. I am your host today, Matthew, brackets Matt, comma Struggy, inverted commas, Struggers. I'm joined today by Tom Leask. Hello Tom, how are you?
Very well, thank you, Matthew, Matt, Struggy, Strugs. Fact.
Strugmeister, I don't know, doesn't work. And a man to my right on the camera wearing a cap.
How are you?
It's Andrew Guild. Hello, Andrew. I am well. Thanks for asking. Very kind of you to ask how I am.
Well, I'm good.
I'd like to
I'm
ask
good.
how you are, sir.
Your interviewing techniques got it out of me. I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. Fact.
I'm hosting the 48th episode of Tinpot. Fact. We were at Kelty Hearts Hospitality on Saturday. Fact. They got relegated. It was sad. No one seemed bothered in the hospitality lounge. I must admit, everyone was in very good spirits. We had a great time. So thank you, Andrew, for that. What was your favourite thing about
my favourite was Bert, a 90-year-old guy who got it was his 90th birthday that day, and he got surprised by his family. He got told to head to the bus stop at Halbeath, and then they picked him up and whisked him away, and that's it. Yeah, bundled into the pillowcase over the back of the van. Obviously, laid in a mattress.
He was sexier than that.
And then they brought some cake and they shared that out, and then he did some inspirational words. Very inspirational. Really got me in the old feels. Really that one, good. And then he brought a bottle of whiskey as well, which was raffled off, and Tam won. So I mean,
who won that? What?
Glenn going, baby, 12-year-old.
Come on, go on, Tommy Little.
Tommy Little. Thanks, man.
Have you cracked it open yet? You get a wee sip tonight on the pod.
Being saved for a very, very special occasion, that one. Could be like a wedding, could be a birth of a child situation for cracking open Bert's whiskey.
Well,
might never get opened.
Have we each got a drink on us?
Cheers, Bert.
We toast to Bert.
Legend.
Cheers, Bert. Here's a tin of Monster, Bert. No Hugh in the house, Tam.
It's past my eating window, sir, as you well know. No need to rub it in.
Oh man, I'll make a roast chicken when I get downstairs after.
I had roast chicken tonight.
Make one.
I did actually, yeah, the full roast.
Did you actually?
Yeah, with veggies and
sides and whatnot,
and
all the
mashed potatoes, and had some beans there as well because kid likes beans. Meant to have it yesterday
on a Monday night roast.
Really went and pushed the boat out and had a wingers instead. So, wing stop. My bad. Yeah, you're right. Wing stop.
Back to back chicken.
I was going to say, do you have a Wingstop in the afternoon and a Wingers in the evening?
Unfortunately not, but I've done, back to back chicken, as Tam said. Yeah, I didn't actually realise that.
Gains on that.
I do eat a hell of a lot of chicken in this house, so yeah.
We all do, apart from
Gains.
Tom's brother's house. No chicken. Yeah. He's a vegan.
Correct. Yep.
His name is
That's
James
harsh.
or Henry. I can never remember which one it is. Shout out to the Leask brother, who owns a restaurant.
Are you actually being serious?
You know who you are. No, it's obviously...
Yeah.
Also been on the podcast with you.
James. Henry. Anyway, I'll just go in to listen to Ancestor's Eyes, and I should remember the name
of
it.
It's a different Leask, mate, altogether. Yeah. Different Leask.
Fuck me. Too many Leasks, I think, going about. These poor littles. Sam, I'll ask you the same question. What was your favourite thing about the Kelty Hospitality?
I can't copy Andrew's answer, but if I was in a corporate sort of Teams meeting, I would say I echo his comments. but I'm not. I'm on a podcast, so I'll say slightly more serious note, or maybe less serious. I don't really know. The welcoming vibe from the hosts at Kelly. I think that's the big difference. You can go to a top tier Premiership game and get hospitality, and maybe there'll be nicer food. Maybe there's a comfier seat to sit on, and maybe there's a better game to watch or a better view or whatever. But you won't get better hospitality than what was shown to us by the folks at Kelly, from the chap whose name escapes me that hosted the day and welcomed us in, right through to the catering staff, to the bar staff. Everyone was world class, and obviously a sports sponsorship kindly put that on for us, so we've not had to pay. But if you did have to pay, it's a very reasonable price at a place like Kelly, and just saltly earth people. So yeah, really good value. 4 drinks tokens and some scran, which is a buffet style Scottish food, and front row seats. You can wander where you like. So all in all, it was just a fantastic
how many
day.
plates of food are you allowed to have at Kelty Heart?
There is no written rule, but I think the unwritten rule is probably 2 plates.
He did.
Struggy double,
and not even just a little plate as well. It was like a full man helping every time. Like each one of them would have constituted the biggest meal I'd had that day, or probably that week. But it was epic.
I mean, listen, the first portion, I didn't go too, heavy on it. I was thinking I'll be polite. Seconds, it was a bit of a medium-sized portion. And thirds, I thought, fuck it, no, there's nothing left. No one else is going up for thirds. Held it on. When I went to get my thirds, I dipped the ladle into the big pot of curry. There was I was still at least half or just under half. So I could have had fourth. I could have had fifth.
Yeah, but
and then
whatever's left, it goes to the food kitchen afterwards, mate. Like
the food kitchen.
Yeah, like the
fact,
soup. Yeah, like the free food.
Is that
place.
a fact? Because I saw them putting a plastic tub back in the fridge. So you tell me where it goes. Could have gone to my tummy, my man. I was still hungry, and you were shaming me into not eating another.
How many slices of Bert's cake did you have after that?
I had 2 slices only because you don't eat cake, so I had to have 2 slices to not make a waste. And then I went to Pizza Hut the day after their lunchtime buffet, and I tell you what, they don't shame you into eating slices of pizza. They encourage it. So
what was the count?
That's seriously impressive.
14, my man. 14 slices of pizza. Pretty poor. Could have gone more, but 14 was fine.
He did claim he could do 21 though. It would have been impressive if he didn't go.
Still, it's like what's that? That's more than a pizza and a half. What's that, like a pizza and 3/4?
The thing is, it gets you is the deep dish. I had too much deep dish. I should have gone for a thin crust. I did have a mixture of both on the buffet platter. I should have gone a mixture of. I went on a lot. The best ones are always the deep dish at Pizza Hut. The kids enjoyed it. I think Marley had a nibble of 1 slice of pizza before he chucked it on the floor. That was great.
How much do you pay for a kid's entry fee to that buffet? Because surely there's no value in 1 slice.
On a weekend, it's $9.99, but you get the pizza. No, listen, let me finish. It's the pizza, the pasta, the salad bar, the juice.
You can do one that's cheaper than that without the ice cream, I think it is. But yeah, you want to go full package.
Yeah, exactly. $7.99 for just pizza and that. Yeah.
So not places though that
but you don't
can
get
go
as
to
much
where
as you
kids
want.
eat free.
Yeah, they get a small little bit of sausages and beans, whereas they can have all the pizza. They wanted just a shame that he didn't really want any pizza that day when he could have had all the pizza he wanted.
Yeah,
kind of my point, isn't it? Yeah.
Well,
what did he have instead?
It's always a gamble. Eat
Eat as much as you want, but from an 8-inch plate.
Oh God. Yes, please. Yes.
Do you want to know my favourite thing about Kelty hospitality? My favourite thing was when I held the World Cup. That was cool. They brought a replica World Cup around, and we were all holding it. And got to put on some white gloves like Michael Jackson. And I was holding the World Cup. That was cool because it looked quite real.
Don't think many other tables did what we did and all take shots, putting the gloves on and taking photos with the trophy.
They missed out.
I think we're the only ones apart from the
out.
kids that got involved in doing that. Yeah, yeah, bigger fool them.
The buffalo pie was also very, very tasty. Andrew was bigging it up, and it did hit the spot at half time. The game
Michelin
itself
starred.
was a rather disappointing affair for Kelty anyway. They just couldn't really get going in an attacking sense. They let in a couple of really poor goals at the back, and ultimately relegated. Asterisk. Miss Hamilton go
Which could happen.
bust. Yeah. What do you think of the game, Andrew?
I saw some of it in between pints, but yeah, yeah, it wasn't great. It was pretty poor, but there was some promising signs. I think the wee lad McCarville is a really bright spark. Has been for a couple of seasons. He's just maybe not got that sort of 9 to feed, you know. It was a bit of a mess there, but yeah, hopefully that's something they'll sort out for next season. A couple of ropey decisions at the back as well, and obviously that did cost them. But yeah, definitely in need of a bit of a refresh over the summer. It's sad to see them go down, having been become a little bit of a mainstay in League One over the last few years, but and also they were sort of pushing near the top, so to see them rock bottom is sad, but hopefully they bounce back next season. Yeah.
It's a lovely wee stadium as well. It was really nice. Good space for hosting, and yeah, couldn't speak highly enough of the experience. Really good. Definitely go back if it's paid for again by someone else. Won't be myself. I'll tell you. Be a guest again. So, anyone has got any invites, let me know. I'm happy to go to any hospitality in any lower league ground, or even at the Bevy for Kirkcaldy Rugby Club. That'd be a good event as well. Anyway, what else was happening? Yesterday we got Christmas Sunday.
It was just a nice day. I was just spent a lot of it outside, but I was really regretting not getting a barbecue going. That was my big regret yesterday. Went to bed thinking about it. Woke up this morning thinking about it. I know. It would have just been the perfect Sunday, but blew my chance. You know, I wasn't prepared for it. Yeah, would have been. Yeah,
the perfect Sunday.
Oh, was there Rangers game on?
Rangers losing? So that would have been the perfect Sunday.
Is there?
Clever.
Tam, what be your perfect Sunday, Tam? If you had one.
It was a beautiful Sunday, my friend. Beautiful Sunday.
Lovely lamb lunch.
Ha. To
what else would you be doing?
Any D's listening? Get it round you.
Yeah, I'm trying
yeah.
What's your perfect Sunday?
Oh, a serious chat about my Sunday. Do you want to actually know what I did?
Yeah.
Okay, we won't discuss the football. That is a-okay with me.
Don't worry, I'll get a segue in there somewhere. That was a good segue, but you know, I'm actually interested in Sunday.
I got up early. I went to what did I do yesterday? Oh yeah, I walked to Pullman from my gaff in Camelin, which is about
decent
4 or 5 miles maybe. And then jumped on the train back for free, because the guy never asked me for a ticket.
Ooh.
And got off at Camelin where my car was parked from the previous day, so went a long way for a shortcut to pick up my car. Then I returned a pair of trousers to TK Maxx that didn't fit,
small,
and got my $24.99 back. Then went into Next. Well, they fit fine-ish, but it was more just slightly too big. But also the gap between cock area and waistband area was too small. So when you pulled them up around your hips,
yeah, it's like a lady's trouser.
Sliced the jaffas in half. Gave you a camel toe. Yeah. So that was
an
bad.
online purchase, or did you?
No, it was an in-store purchase, but I didn't try them on. I just
mug.
picked them off the rack. I don't waste my time trying stuff on. I just take it home and
take it back.
Yeah, well, most often it's fine. And then I went to Next to get some more stuff, because sorry, I've missed out a bit here. I went to the recycling point with 3 bin bags worth of clothes.
What?
So the wardrobe is being refreshed for the summer.
Did you get any more quarter zips? Oh man, any more quarter zips?
No, they are, I'm told, going out of fashion rapidly. So I'm trying to stay fresh.
How can a quarter zip go out of fashion? It's business. It's casual. It's business casual.
I don't know. Maybe Scott Brown stopped wearing them. I don't know.
What's replacing the quarter zip?
Just a
turtleneck.
Probably just. Oh no! Don't bring back the turtleneck. That was Kev vibes.
That was a great turtleneck. That.
You loved the turtleneck.
I like a cardigan, but it's hard to pull a cardigan off.
Hey.
That's not. There's only like 3 buttons.
It's a niche
Zing.
look, I think. It's like emo
Harry Styles look. Yeah.
Or like really muscly sort of men.
Muscly men wear cardigans. What are you talking about?
I've seen some muscly men on my socials wearing cardigans. Like,
what pages are you following? This is an insight into your algorithm. Hold on.
Muscly cardigans.
Only cardigans.
I had cardigan when I was.
Only Gans.
I used to go to New Look when I was like 16. Skinny jeans cardigan.
Please tell me that got picked up.
Like a little V-neck t-shirt. You know. What did you say?
Oh, sorry, my Wi-Fi cut out.
Oh, just as you're the punchline.
What did you say?
Yeah.
At the joke.
I don't.
Yeah, say it again.
I still don't think I'm back. You're talking about. You said only cardigans. I said only Gans.
That was good, actually.
I thought it was good.
Oh, I'm glad his internet cut out there. So shame I had to hear it again. Okay. Anyway, speaking of cardigans, Sam, you did watch the United game in between shopping and taking things to the recycling bin. Am I correct?
Yes, I did the double Derby Dunter on Sunday afternoon.
It was a very exciting Sunday. I was walking across the Forth Road Bridge. I didn't actually see any of the games, but I did check my scores before the podcast started, so I'm well aware of what happened. Sam, it was Dundee United 3. Dundee, was it 0?
You know fine well it was, yes.
In the big derby. What did you make of that, Tam? And are Dundee still in danger of going down?
Technically, yes, but I don't think they will. I think there's teams shiter than them. To answer that question, what did I think of the derby? You say it was the big derby. I mean, it's not really. It was worth nothing. And yeah, it's always nice to win with 3 goals and keep a clean sheet against your bitter rivals. But I think we've played them 4 times this season. We've dominated 3 of the games. The draw that we chucked away in the last minute, we should have really won. So I think I'm going to put a statement out. I think Dundee are the either the best worst team or the worst best team. I don't know how to put that, but I think they've got away with a lot this season. They've turned up in a couple of big games against the Old Firm and against bigger opposition, which is good. But see, when you watch them, I don't really know what they're about. You never feel threatened that they're going to do anything against you. They're fairly good defending their own box, mostly because of Luke Graham. But apart from that, I don't really see what they offer. You're never really scared that they're going to score a goal. Yes, they did put the ball in our net, but it was chalked off after Ryan Astley tugged a shirt, which I still think is a bit of a dubious call, but I was glad to see it got chalked off.
Didn't they beat you at Tannadice this season?
Yes.
They beat you.
So that's what I'm saying. Out of the 4 games, we've dominated 3. We've won 2 of them and drawn 1 that we've dominated. And we didn't turn up in the game. Yeah, we didn't turn up in the game that they beat us. But they're just a nothing team. This lot. I'm not saying Dundee as a club. I'm just meaning this Dundee season. They'll be happy to stay where they were. Because I think at the start of the season there was risk of them going down.
Just the fact that Presley's their manager has kind of made them a talking point. Whereas if it was some sort of other man, they would just be sort of never talked about. But because he's kind of interesting character himself, the people are interested in how it's gone.
Credit where it's due. They've broken a few of their records this season. I think I don't know what the records are. I'm sure Ewan, our Dundee fan that came onto an episode a few weeks ago, would tell you what the records are. But something against Celtic, beating them, and getting something away at Parkhead maybe. Their result against Aberdeen was some sort of record that they'd beaten. So there's been a few headlines from them this year, but it's more just watching them on the pitch. They're really a nothing team. Can't say it in any other way.
It was an easy win for United, and Goodwin. Goodwin will be there next season as it's going. He's done quite well now. You reckon, Tam? He
should be. Yeah, I think he will be. He's recruited well. So we've had a bit of an off year with recruitment this year. I think there's been a couple of decent players, but then there's been a lot of guff as well, especially defensively. So we need to have a better year, as we did the previous season, in terms of recruitment this summer. We don't have anywhere near as many contracts expiring, which is good. And I think there's quite a few interested clubs, or there should be a few interested clubs in Will Ferry. He could fetch as many millions as 20, I think.
Wow. As many as that?
He's unbelievable. 4 goals and 4 from left back.
Yeah, after his first goal the other day, yeah, I think people will be queuing up. Get that on the highlight reel on his YouTube. Some finish from the man.
But in all seriousness, the last season and this, there's an argument to say Lucas Stevenson's the better player, and he probably is. That's fine, but he's the ever present. He never really lets you down, and he is leading on the pitch when Ross Graham doesn't play. He offers you so much. I think there'll be a couple of offers coming in for him this summer.
Take the cash.
Yeah, you have to. You need to be a selling club.
I know, you have to sell when the market's good and the player's hot, you know. Can't be holding on to them for no reason.
Yeah, this is it. But it comes back to what I said a few weeks ago. We've still got 4 games to play, and our season's done. I mean, it was done pretty much before the weekend. It's just because it's a derby that you've still got something to play for. But now you're almost treating these 4 games as pre-season friendlies to an extent, because is there a massive difference between finishing 7th and finishing 8th? Not really. And that's probably as low as we can finish. But
a few extra £1,000 in the cash bank.
No, not many though.
Not many.
It's not a big deal. But for me, like I've said before, I'd like to have kept. So we're now only 3 points behind Falkirk, which if we do overtake them and finish a point above or a couple of points above, it doesn't mean anything. You've not proved anything because you're playing these lower teams. I'd much rather have 1 or 2 games against a Celtic and a Hibs still to go, and a couple of games against Livingston and Kelly to go, and be competing for 6th place. Because then, I don't know, it's nicer to finish higher up the table.
But you're pleased with the win, anyway.
Yes.
And Robbo,
sorry, I've gone off on a bit of a tangent.
Let us know how it went for you, mate. Another defeat for the Dundee. As you say, they're 5 points ahead of Kelly. Is that right? 5 points ahead of Kelly. The way it's going, I don't think they'll be caught unless they lose all their games. But they'll pick up a win.
Well, we play Kelly this weekend, so hopefully we lie down to the Ayrshire Squirrels. Let them catch up a bit.
Yeah. Fair play. That's the big game out of the way. Well done to Dundee United and all my Tangerine listeners out there. Andrew, over to you, a Rangers fan wearing green, is it today, Andrew? Is that green?
Brownie, bluey, I don't know what it is, yeah.
Brownie green?
That's a really good question. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's not blue, no.
Not blue, that's for sure.
I am a blue man.
But you are a blue man, so I'm sorry to tell you, Andrew, but Rangers lost at the weekend, mate, 3-2. After another terrible first half, 2-0 down. I mean, what's going on there? First of all, what's the question? What happened in the first half for the last couple of games for Rangers? Why have they started so poorly? Was team selection wrong?
I mean, I think.
Yeah, what do you reckon?
Being critical about it, there clearly was a couple of team selection errors, I guess. Just with you look at the changes that were made in the second half and sort of what kind of impact they had. Because you win that second half 2-1, and it's clear that they were steadier. That's it. But to be honest with you, like, I'm not really that broken up about it. I mean, we've done so well to get to the position we're in. I know I'm in the minority here, but we were four wins in a row before that. Our form was better than Hearts and Celtic going into the the last 6 games. So, do you know what? Like, it's not done, but I mean, if you told me when Russell Martin had left, we would be in for a shout at winning the title, I would have laughed at you. So the team's come a long way. There won't be that perspective from the fans. You know, I'm sure most of them will be very sort of short-minded about it, but
can you still talk about Martin,
yeah,
Andrew?
well,
I mean, that was like bloody August, man. Surely you have to
not at all.
accept the roles.
Not at all. He's done a great job.
Games,
he's the best form of any manager since he came in. So by a country mile as well. So yeah, like, you know, they lost the game. It's
bloody Russell Martin. You can talk about it in a couple of years' time. You know what I mean? That time Russell Martin signed this boy, but 2 years ago, that's why we're bottom of the league.
It's the biggest turnaround we've had. You know what I mean? If we're sitting at 8th, and then you know, we've got ourselves into a title contention. You know, the points gap was huge, absolutely massive. You know, and they've clawed that back. So we're still you know, in the race. You know, we've got a big game against Hearts, and we've got, you know, a huge game against Celtic as well. And you know, you win those 2 games, and you know, you maybe get a little bit of luck, then you know, you're in for a shout. But personally, you know, I just would love to see Hearts do it. You know, I think this is their chance. They've got a head start, and I just would absolutely hate Celtic to win it this season more than ever. So obviously I'm backing my team, and I still will, you know, for them to do it. You know, I do think that everyone else has got such a good chance of having a slip up as well. But you know, you're really looking at 2 slip ups from Hearts for us to get it. So I see that as quite unlikely personally. But
yeah. You'll be cheering for both.
It's a hard one, you know. Like, the thing is, we're totally out of it if we don't get a result out of that. But a struggy fact, that one, surely. But yeah,
it'll be 7 points if you lose next week.
That's not going to happen. But yeah, I would love to see Hearts do it, especially all this bollocks about the spirit of '86 and all that shite that's coming out of Celtic, you know, over the weekend. So I reckon it would be just great for Scottish football. But yeah, still in it though. I've not given up, but I'm not really coming down on Rule and the squad. I think they've all come a long way, and there's plenty there that you want to still retain. I think we just maybe lack a little bit of leadership at times. You know, that's it. Just to ensure that we don't have these kind of you know, blips in form where we're constantly maybe having a bad start to games. But you know, maybe that'll come over the summer.
You're gonna maybe look to bring in a.
I think they'll have to, because obviously Tav is stepping away. And you know, he's been a sort of bit part captain this season. You know, with not starting as regularly as he has over the last few years. And then, you know, you're looking at Jack Butland's apparently, you know, maybe being sold off in the summer, being replaced, and John Souttar's taken the vice captain role, but he's been pretty dreadful. You know, the last wee while. I mean, Raskin's the kind of player. Yeah, he signed a contract extension through the season, but he's the kind of player that you really need to cash in on at the moment. So, but he's still a young lad as well. So realistically, you probably need a wee bit more experience in there. But yeah, I don't know. Anyone that we seem to be linked with seems to be a kind of younger type player. But
yeah,
it is. Yeah, I think overall you need that in order to make money off of signings. You know, but you still at the same time need those sort of steady heads in there, people that get it. But it's quite a hard thing to recruit, to be honest with you. So I think that'll be Rangers' biggest challenge in the summer. But yeah, disappointed to lose the game in the way that we did against Motherwell. But they're a good side, and they're capable of beating anyone. It was always going to be difficult if we lost any of our home games in this split. And that's off to a bad start. So I think we're on a wee bit of a sugary peg for the title, I'd say.
bloody massive result for Hearts.
Oh, yeah.
That defeat for Rangers, because Rangers have
Absolutely.
kept it up and gone into next week only a point behind. Then it would have been mental. Obviously, you say that Celtic are what, a point, 3 points behind Hearts. Is that right? Yeah, and Celtic Rangers 4 points. Celtic who beat Falkirk 3-1. Is it 3-1? Yeah, 3-1 at the weekend. We watched a bit of that after the Celtic Hearts game. And it seems that the season for Celtic is just about moments players, and they seem to have more players than anyone else possibly that can provide these sort of moments. Obviously, much maligned Maida up front caused that first goal with his sort of usual energetic play, and Kieran Tierney with a wonderful finish. I don't know who scored. Who scored the third goal?
No idea, to be honest.
Who was it? Anyone? I don't know. Some guy plays for Celtic. But the question is, does Celtic have the most X factor, which get them over the line? Do you think?
I think they do.
Anyone? Tom, you go first.
You speak quicker, mate.
Andrew said Tom. God's sake. Sorry, Tom, you speak first. And Andrew, you reply to him, and I'll come back with a question again. Right, Tom, go.
I think their team probably has like the more X factor about them. Throughout it. In terms of the forwards, you've got two strikers in Chermiti and Miovski, who I think are better than any number 9 that Celtic have, personally. So if you're talking just about number 9s, then Rangers have the star power. If it's about the whole team and the X factor and people that can come up with a moment from any position, it's definitely Celtic. And it's interesting, the narrative around Celtic, and I said this a few weeks ago in the pod, I was adamant that Celtic wouldn't win the league. And I'll stick by that. I still think Hearts will do it. But Martin O'Neill, over his 2 spells since he came back, is averaging 2.47 points per game, which is enough to get 94 points in a season. And Danny Rule's averaging enough to get 88 points in a 38-game season. So Danny Rule's doing brilliantly compared to what, he came into a shit show from Russell Martin, and then Smith obviously was in charge for, I think, 1 game. And Martin O'Neill's also come into a bit of a shit show in the fact that he got binned just before the cup final, or he came in for a short spell, then Nancy came in and messed it all up again. There was clearly discontent in the dressing room from losing Rodgers, the board situation. So Celtic, as much as they have spent some money in terms of the loan market, and none of us are Celtic fans, so we've been quite critical of their fans complaining at the board, but it has been a tumultuous season for them. So Martin O'Neill's done a pretty brilliant job there. If you had Rule and O'Neill in charge for the full season next year, same situation, Hearts probably wouldn't be in that title race, and it would be Celtic leading the way, I think. But how's it going to play out? Rangers have only 1 home game now, don't they? And 3 away. Home to Hibs, and then away Celtic, Hearts and Falkirk, not in that order. Celtic and Hearts both have 2 home and 2 away games each. Next weekend, when Celtic play Hibs, if they win that, they go to 73, same as Hearts, and then if Rangers win, they're up to 72, 1 point behind both, and you're back to square one. No one knows who's going to do what. But if Hearts get the victory against Rangers are out of it. No doubt about it. So every week now is like a cup final for all 3 teams, and I know that's a cliche and it's easy to say, but I'll stick with my JT prediction.
Bloody fascinating, Andrew. What do you think? Celtic, can they keep shooting goals?
Yeah,
that are unexpected goals. The title, you know what I mean? Like they seem to score goals.
I know what you're saying. Like Maida chipping in now, and, you probably have like McGregor probably chipping in a few big goals. Because he's capable of that. In the big moments. I mean, I think obviously when you've got the board of the SFA on your payroll, effectively, and you're getting pretty much 6 home games.
Jesus Christ! Is that a tinfoil hat you're wearing, Andrew? Or?
Nah, in all seriousness, I mean, obviously they did have the slightly easier draw, but Rangers have just lost the home game there, so ultimately at this point that kind of thing doesn't really mean a lot, and they're the only team that have really been here before. Ultimately that's what it is. That Rangers team that won the title I think it's pretty much only Tav that's left from that. So ultimately, there's no experience in that team at all. Of doing the hard yards and getting it over the line, and obviously it's pretty much the same with Hearts. So that's really it. That's what's going to give them the edge. Callum McGregor said as much before the split started. And he's not wrong. They've been here before. They know what they're doing. Can they deliver it and execute it? You'd have to say off the back of that result, and Maeda then suddenly coming into form, it kind of indicates that they're up for this and they're ready. So I can't say that they should be discounted at all. I think that they'll have their big players stepping up now.
No. Exactly. Tam, you raise your hand.
Yes, I've discovered a raise hand feature, and I thought I'd use it since I'm not in the hosting seat. Can someone explain to me if this is right or not? Because I'm not certain. When people say Celtic or Team X, Y, or Z have had the easier draw for post-split, does that mean that they've had the harder fixtures up until this point? Because am I right in saying Celtic play Rangers home and away twice, Hearts home and away twice, Hibs home and away twice, etc. So in the last 5 games, if they play Hearts at home, Rangers at home, it means that they've played both those teams away twice already. So in the grand scheme of things, they've got the easier last 5 games, but they've had the harder
because
previous.
I think we've played
33.
Falkirk twice away before we've played them at the end of the season. So I'm not sure how it works. Like I don't have an answer to it, but there must be some inconsistency there. Like to play a team 3 times in a row in the same competition away, I don't know how that happens. Like I have no idea. But yeah, in theory, you'd think that would be the case. But I guess that's difficult to guarantee if the split comes into play. If you carried on playing everyone in the league, I think because you have to narrow whatever pot you're playing with, whatever size it is, if you then cut it in half before the season's ended, it's probably impossible to guarantee that you're going to be playing everyone home and away evenly, I would imagine.
Yeah, does that mean that because you've played Falkirk away 3 times and you'll by the end of the season have 19 games home, 19 away, does that mean you've played another team, a different team? It
must do, surely. I mean, I can't really work it out, but I can't think of anyone we will have played at home 3 times. So I don't know actually how it works. I'm not too sure. I would imagine if it wasn't Falkirk that ended up in the top 6 and it was maybe somebody else, then it probably wouldn't have been the case that we would have played them then 3 times away. I think it just depends who ends up in that top 6, but
yeah, maybe it's a moot.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
maybe
not mathematically gifted in that sense that I could work that out, but
can't say I've ever thought about myself, mate. My team's never had the luxury of having a post-split fixture. Yeah, they're involved in a split. So yeah, I would know. Maybe
lower
one
my
day,
hand.
Maybe one day Race will be in the Scottish Prem and I can buy EAFC and play the Rovers and never buy another game. I'll definitely buy a PS5, EA whatever it is, and then the only game I'd ever buy would be that. I just play it till like I'm 50 years old or
EA 63.
Well, if they stayed up, then I'd buy the next version, so on. But if they got relegated after one season, I just continue to play the same game till I'm like really old and that. So, yeah, that's been my dream since I was a kid, and it's never happened. So, I'm still waiting.
Wraith never been in a FIFA.
35 years. Also, they're in the league in like the last team was like 96, 97. I think. I don't think FIFA was like FIFA 98, but I don't think they had.
I'm
like
sure Wraith were in one of them.
I remember. Surely not.
I don't know.
Well, fucking give me the game, son. Tell me which one. Well, I've been sitting my whole life thinking that Wraith were never in FIFA, and they've actually been in FIFA, and I'm just been playing Football Manager like a mug. I don't think so. Maybe like I'm sure the older versions wouldn't have had.
Because like FIFA, there was definitely a FIFA 96.
98. I don't know.
Was there? Oh, I don't know when FIFA had their first year. Not sure. Or it might have been.
I was only 5 to be fair, so I don't think
Pro
I had
Evo,
a PlayStation.
potentially. I don't know.
Pro Evo. Imagine Wraith Pro Evo.
Yeah.
Both Ravers or Kirkcaldy Blues
The-
versus Glasgow Blue. Could call Dundee
That's
Dundee
it,
because
yeah.
you can't change the name because Dundee's just a city, so you can't
Yeah.
trademark a city, can you? Beat Dundee and
Tangerine
the Tangerine D on the other side. Anyway, we've gone this far without speaking about the league leaders, who are currently 3 points clear at the top of the league, who were involved in a mental game at the weekend. Finished Hibs 1, Hearts 2 at Easter Road, with Hibernian getting reduced to 9 men. I thought they'd go and do like a thing where that time Sheffield United got a game abandoned under Neil Warnock, where they got like 6 men sent off on purpose. The game got abandoned. I thought the Hibs would just start smashing folk, like the goalkeeper from Spain, just clotheslining everyone, get the game abandoned and replayed. But no, they didn't. They professionally saw it out. So fair play to them. Did it? Tom, you witnessed that Super Sunday affair. Were Hearts lucky? Did Hibs gift them the victory by essentially beating themselves off?
Yeah, hello. Rumour has it that Raphael Salinger's got a
Khaki
Rudy
Raphael.
Skachel tattoo on his arse. He's a big JT.
Yeah, heard that.
He's chucked it. No, Hibs obviously got off to a quick start, scored early doors, but it's hard to tell at that stage in the game if they were like dominating or if Hearts were struggling to carve them open. It was such an early goal. So were Hearts lucky? You're always lucky to an extent when two players get sent off for stupid decisions. That element is luck, but they ground out a performance to. It's quite easy. You saw it at times in the first half. Hearts trying to rush possession too much, trying to just almost like you're playing in the last 5 minutes of a game and you're launching balls into the box and you're panicking. I'm panicking, but I think it took half time for Dell to calm things down. The changes he made, bringing on Kurjota and Spittle, they changed things. They started moving the ball from side to side a lot, like from one wing to the next, back and forth, waiting, being much more patient, instead of just firing shots in from anywhere. Having said that, I think Hearts registered the most shots on target or shots at goal in a match this season, which is understandable. Yeah, the majority of the game was played outside, just on the edge of Hibs' box. But credit to Hearts for not panicking, chucking the kitchen sink, and to Dell for making those changes. In the same breath, credit to Hibs. I feel like they defended their box brilliantly with 9 men. And when you go to 1-1, I feel like it's so easy for your heads to go down and you maybe give up a wee bit of hope. But yeah, credit to them. They stuck in. You feel a wee bit for the fans at Easter Road, the of a green persuasion anyway. Because I was sat watching it almost a wee bit bored, and I wasn't a Hibs fan. But watching your team for 60, 70, 80 minutes, backs to the wall in a derby, where you know that you've got no real chance of coming out of there with anything but, at best, a draw, must have sucked. So it's one of the only times where leaving early when they conceded that second goal is understandable.
Andrew, do you think Hearts have it's their destiny now, mate? The stars aligning for them the way it's going. A tough away game at Hibs. We lost last time. This time Hibs, fucking mad decisions. They're down to 9 men. Hearts win it. Is it falling into place?
I wouldn't say so based on that performance. I would say that they're obviously, they rode their luck to a degree. A deflected shot to win it. But that's what football's about. I'm not criticising them. It's a huge result, and it'll be massive for their morale. Going into these next few games. Was that a tough start to the split for them? Yeah, definitely. Based on the history of the derby. But yeah, not overly encouraging to see that they sort of struggled a bit in the end to get past 9 men. That's and Hibs were playing with 9 men for most of the second half. So I would say that that's a bit of a concern. When you're talking about Celtic and having these big players stepping up, to win convincingly. Don't get me wrong, I'd far rather play Falkirk at home than play Hibs away, if you're Hearts. So, it is chalk and cheese and you can't really compare. But, to have their big players stepping up in that moment to really sort of stake their claim as, potential champions, I don't really feel that performance reflects it. But if that's their bad performance, so to speak, in this split, then that's pretty good going, eh? So you'd take that. You'd bite your hand off at that. So yeah, look, I hope they do it. I really do hope they do it. They're in a great position now, but they're going to have to be a lot better, in the next few games to really sort of stake a claim.
I would say it's quite difficult to. I get exactly your point. I think it's quite difficult to say what sort of performance it was when you're against 10 or 9 men, because it's difficult to know. Like does scoring 5 goals make it a good performance? Does what do you want to see when you're playing against 9 or 10 men? Because it's such a difficult game to watch and be like, right, they're doing well or they're not. I think for the first half, yeah, they struggled. They weren't making the right decisions, and then they calmed it down second half, and I thought it was fairly professional. And all that really matters is the 3 points. I feel it's difficult. If it was 11v11 and they'd lost 1-0 or drawn 1-1 or 1-2-1, you could be able to say, right, 11v11, that was a shite performance, it was a good performance, it was average. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but it's quite hard to
I get what you're saying, but
know what a good and bad performance is against.
From what I understand, both goals were, had a bit of luck involved in them, and, I think just squeezing past, 9 men is not overly convincing for, when you're talking about, does this set them up nicely for the title based on that performance? No. But if that'll be their worst performance in these last few games, absolutely, you'll bite your hand off at that.
That's what I'm thinking. It's destiny, man. This having a tough away game, and then they get 2 men sent off, and you win. I mean, Hearts have had the only team have to play Rangers and Celtic, who are challenge with and their biggest rival. I mean, Celtic play Rangers, but they're the same thing, a rival. And so to get that win, to get the players sent off like that, and to give them the win when it could have been an otherwise really, really difficult game, it turned into a challenge, but a different sort of challenge. But the real question is, here's an important question for you guys. I want your honest opinion on this. Does Derek McInnes use a sunbed? But the guy's so brown. How's he so brown?
Yeah.
He's the brownest man I've ever seen.
He must it. He must.
He's so tanned. He must be on the sunbeds, or where does he go? Where does he go?
Yeah, I reckon
he's
so.
Brown.
I reckon he's got a season ticket there.
Digo Sun?
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
there's a place in Dunfermline called Only Tans.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Seen that? Yeah.
Almost as good as Only Gans.
Yeah. He must use a sunbed, man. The guy looks so cool. I swear, he looks the best he's ever looked this season.
And do you know what?
So
that Bloom's money coming in.
He deserves it as well. He's a fucking legend of this league. So he absolutely deserves this big moment. Yeah, and quite right. Quite right. And by the way, when I'm saying about Hearts being lucky, which I do genuinely think they were, every single team that's competing for the title are going to have to get a few lucky moments to get this over the line. So it's just part of football.
I slightly disagree about luck, though. I know both the goals, the first one, Shankland's the sort of back heel flick thing, and it goes on in off O'Hara, and then the second goal gets the tiniest of deflections. It's a decent strike from Spittle, but the best player from Hibs by a mile was Smith, that came off the bench, the keeper. He pulled off 2 or 3, maybe 4 worldy saves. That on another day could have easily been a goal, and it's more than 2.
He should be making loads.
I feel like
he should be making.
Maybe I'm wrong.
So
Any Hearts fans in the comments tell me I'm wrong.
9 men.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. So, but on another day, he as a sub keeper comes on, doesn't save a couple of those, and then it looks much more comfortable on paper. And I feel like it was the most comfortable game.
Yeah.
Not for if you're a Hearts fan, you'd be shiting yourself because it took them quite a while to go 2-1 up. But they were knocking on the door all day. Hibs were never ever threatening, so you knew it was going to just be a matter of time. Don't know about, just my opinion, having watched it. I don't think it was that lucky. But
we know for a fact that they did win the game 2-1, and that's a struggy fact. That was what happened in the full-time score, and they're sitting pretty at the top of the league with 3 points clear of Celtic. I can't speak.
Have you just been electrocuted by the way?
We're going to move on to. I'm playing my head. We're going to move on to the quiz, but
Home Alone.
Before we do, let's have a shout out to Livingston, who won their first game since in 2012 or something. Beat St Mirren 2-0. It's a shocker for St Mirren, just quickly. Really keeps them right in there. But Livingston, they're still not officially relegated yet, so fair fucks have won 2 games all season, just so they're shit the rest of the teams are that they're still not relegated. Any other talking points from the games, Tam, Andrew?
I just think it's awfully tight down there. Whoever's going to end up in that.
I'll be safe, Andrew, so you can shove that one over our side.
No fazenda for this guy.
No fazenda.
But yeah, Dundee, St Mirren, Kilmarnock, they could all fall into that playoff place, and it's a place you don't want to be this season. Some real tough opposition at the other side of that. So yeah,
you're gonna reckon it's gonna be Partick Thistle or Dunfermline, right? I think Arbroath, we can say probably won't get to the final. So I think Thistle or I'm sorry, Arbroath fans. I just don't think.
What's your reasoning for that?
I just think that Dunfermline and Thistle are better than them, and that's my thoughts, not a fact, but. We'll
I think in one-off big games you can see Neil Lennon being in charge of Dunfermline makes them a better team for the occasion. Clearly they've got to a Scottish Cup final, but I think a better team over the piece are both Dunfermline. It's toss of a coin. They've been way more consistent.
Maybe
you watch more Championship than me.
But I think we'll just throw Arbroath in there for fun. I think any of those 2 in brackets 3 teams can give the 11th place a really good game. So.
I don't think it would be a good game. If I'm honest, I think it would be a convincing win for who.
No,
absolutely, I do. I definitely do, especially if it's in Dunfermline and Partick. Dunfermline. Partick have they've been excellent. And we're really pushing St Johnstone. The only team that can really say they've done that, and Dunfermline, I mean, they've knocked out 3 Prem teams in the Cup, and this is going to be very much like a Cup atmosphere. So any of those teams, the Dundee, which we talked about earlier on, Tam was, I think, spot on in his analysis where he's saying that, effectively in the big, games against, big opposition, Old Firm, etc., they've really turned up. But in terms of their cup performances, in terms of their performances against teams out with the sort of Old Firm, etc., they've not really done a lot. So in that kind of circumstance, you could really see them struggling. St Mirren obviously effectively managerless, and Kilmarnock, they've not exactly rocketed up since Neil McLellan's
managers as well.
So
I think it's going.
I really do think that you'd have, say, if it was any of those teams we've mentioned, they're all much more steady. They're feeling much more positive, so morale's high. But also, they have enough of a record this season to be able to say, look, by the way, if you saw them playing a one-off game against any of our top 6 in the league, you'd be saying, that's going to be a good game. Whereas if you're asking them to take a performance against teams that are struggling at the bottom of our Premiership, then I really do think they would win it quite comfortably. But I mean, I could be eating humble pie there in a few weeks.
No, it's good to have an opinion, mate. We just know now that Arbroath are going to probably win the playoff and get to the final and get battered, and that'll be that. Thanks a lot, Arbroath, for ruining that. But yeah, Tam, you got any strong feelings about that?
My only strong feeling is that I would like to see Neil McCann get relegated. I think he's very overrated as a coach, in my opinion. I think there was a lot of people jumping on it quite early because he scored a few goals. He got Kelly scoring a few goals early doors into his.
He was teaching them.
Well, he did, yeah. Into his reign as gaffer, he got them scoring a few goals, and I think he got one result early doors. But everyone was saying, "Oh, Neil McCann's revitalised Kelly." Absolute nonsense. Tosh. I said it at the time. Nonsense.
So they had that John James boy. He was really good, and he's also been injured since the Celtic game, so it's been a miss for them.
I think they would bin him if they went down, and they'd be able to bounce back up. Whereas I think St Mirren may struggle more to come back up, if I'm totally honest. They've lost Stephen Robinson, who was one of the major reasons for their success over the last 3, 4, 5 years, and I feel bad for the Saints fans. They've had cup glory this year, which is great. You don't want your season sullied by going down, and having Stephen Robinson jump ship to go to Aberdeen, I'm not a big fan of that. So I feel bad for the Saints fans. I'd prefer to see them stay up, and I just don't see Dundee in that conversation personally. So that's why I'm only discussing those two.
Fair play. Let's see how it goes. It's going to be an exciting end to the season. Obviously on Friday night you've got the championship games, the final championship games, promotion sorted and the playoffs sorted, but there's still a battle at the bottom. Ross County, Morton and Airdrie can all finish in the relegation playoff zone and relegation. I think Ross County and Airdrie can only finish bottom, but Morton can finish 9th. Morton play Airdrie and Wraith play Ross County, so it could be interesting. Last game in the championship. Tune in on that on BBC Scotland. Wraith Rovers versus Ross County is on TV. Could be a catastrophic season for Ross County if they come bottom. If they come 9th, I think they'll batter the team in League One, so they'll be alright. But yeah, either way, it's going to be exciting. So yeah, watch the Rovers. I certainly will be watching. Possibly. See how it goes. See how the first 10 minutes go. Might watch $1 Million Secret on Netflix.
Sorry, before we go any further, I just want to caveat very quickly, for legal reasons, I have nothing personal against Neil McCann. There's no personal vendetta against you. You're a friend of the pod in our eyes. We talked big about you in earlier episodes.
He's if you're Neil listening to this,
if you're listening to this and you're upset, do go back and listen to the previous episodes. We are big fans of yours. Nothing personal. Yes.
Neil, sorry mate. Tom's just annoyed because he embarrassingly said he scored 127 goals for Scotland or some nonsense, which is a load of crap. So he's never gotten over that, and he blames you personally. So
my worst moment as quizmaster of
all like time. Neil
McCann's fault still haunts me.
Yeah, and I like Neil, but he did score for Dundee against the Rovers when he came out of retirement to beat us 2-1 in the last minute, which was fairly embarrassing for the Rovers. I don't have a personal vendetta like Tam against Neil McCann. I quite like Neil. So, all the best.
I just put out a disclaimer saying I have no personal
vendetta against you.
You have. Well, you have not. I just hate him.
I do not.
Okay,
Nothing against him personally. I just don't think he's as good a coach. And who am I to fucking judge? I'm a Tinpot podcast man, and he's a professional ex-footballer and manager. I don't know shit about football. It's my nonsense opinion from my armchair. That I don't think he's that good of a coach.
Bastards.
I'm still bitter about the whole Dundee thing. That's
okay.
That's a problem.
In a world where sponsorship is more accessible than ever, that world exists at sportsponsorship.co.uk. Whether you're interested in making a difference to your local community or further afield, or perhaps you're looking for access to tens of thousands of followers online to push your brand further than ever, get in touch with sportsponsorship.co.uk. That's sportsponsorship.co.uk.
Shall we move on before Tam gets sued by Neil McCann? Yeah, okay. So today the quiz is based around the PFA Scotland Player of the Year, with the nominees being announced. Tam, you want to tell us who they were?
Elijah Just, Tawanda Maspanise, Claudio Braga, and Lawrence Shankland.
Not an Old Firm player in sight,
Absolutely.
and rightly so. Absolute garbage. Yeah, fair play to those boys from two of the best teams in the league. Who's going to win it? It's voted for by the players, not Tinpot. So,
if Hearts win the league, I think it'll be Maswanise. If they don't, I think it'll be Braga.
What? Why would it matter if they win the league or not?
Just to give them something.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I think it'll be Maswanise for me.
Consolation, I'm going to be happy with that.
Yeah, that's for my opinion.
I think it'll be Braga.
Shuggy fact.
No matter what happens. And then you'll get sold for £3 million to Leicester City.
In League One.
Aye, that's my fact.
League One, Leicester City.
Not there now.
About 50 grand a week, probably. Okay, 10, 12.
There you go.
Okay, fine. You move to QPR.
Shuggy fact.
Or you go to Union Stand Gillois. Is that a thing? Think Bloom will take players from Hearts to Stand Gillois?
Brighton, maybe, yeah. Maybe, yeah.
Think so, or Brighton even.
Brighton might be a stretch for Braga.
I don't think he'd screw one of his other teams, but
He maybe goes to Portugal and plays for Braga.
Imagine that. Anyway, the quiz is based on previous winners of the prize since its inception in the 80s, I think, or whatever.
The 80s?
Fuck
Well,
it.
there's a couple of 80s questions, so just they'll be skimmed over.
I was, but I mean,
Right.
I was
You were born in the
89, so I mean, my knowledge of. Yeah.
All the slagging of my quizzes, I swear.
Get fucked. Anyway, since the inception, there have been 25 Scottish winners and 7 English winners, but there have also been a range of other nationalities to win the PFA Scotland Player of the Year. I'm going to give you the nationality and the year they won it, and you have to tell me the player. Do you want to be a team effort?
I think it'd be easier. Yeah.
It's pretty easy, to be fair.
Could be quite embarrassing otherwise.
It's quite easy anyway.
It's a 0-0 draw.
I only had 5 minutes to put it together, so nah, it's easy. You're welcome. I put it together in 5 minutes. I'm a good guy.
Did you put this together via the help of Charlie Golf Tango? PT?
GPT.
PT? There's some more letters missing, but...
What? No. I thought of it myself,
Well
and
done.
I went on Wikipedia myself, and I wrote it down myself. So,
Did you?
Yep, I only use ChatGPT when I'm lonely. So, here we go. Let's roll. Okay, first
Talk
one.
to me, chat GPT.
So there's 3 Japanese players that have won. That's the third most. 25 English, 7. There's 25 Scottish, 7 English, and 3 Japanese players have won Player of the Year. The first one was in 2006-07. Name that player.
It's got to be. Can't think of any other
Nakamura.
Japanese players that were around in 1946.
Correct. It was Shinsuke Nakamura 1906-07. And then you had to wait another 15 years or so for the next one in 22-23. Who was that Japanese player? Name that player.
Kyogo.
You sure? There was a few of them at the
He
time.
definitely won it at one point, and
nice.
that makes sense. If there's only been 3 times, then sounds like you're doing it in chronological order. So I'd say that.
Okay.
Kyogo.
You going for a Kyogo?
Kyogo.
It's Kyogo, correct. And then the next one was last season's winner, 2024-2025.
Maeda.
Name that player.
Dyson.
Daisuke Maeda.
Who?
Struggy fact.
Oh, is that a fact? Struggy fact, it's
Struggy
correct.
guarantee.
Beautiful in the Japanese. Come on, you're certainly turning Japanese. That's right.
I think
Okay.
I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning.
Here's the first wild card. Now, this is a player that won it for the Netherlands, who have 2 players that won it. 1988-1989, the year of Andrew's birth. Who was the Dutch player that won the Player of the Year?
Well,
And I'll
that's
say I've
not
never heard this
useful
player,
then.
so I don't expect you guys to get it. But that was just the part of the game for fun.
Van Wolfenhinkel.
I'll go with
Good
that
guess.
because I
Andrew?
can't think. Any Dutch players I can think of are later.
The made-up man.
Yeah, I can't think of anything.
Okay, I'm going to copy this name. I'm going to Google him, and I'm going to read you about him after.
No,
It was actually a player
If you've
called...
never heard of him, that's not going to help us.
I've never heard of him, motherfucker. It was Theo Snelders, who was a goalkeeper for Aberdeen in the 80s. He played 227 games for Aberdeen between 88 and 96, and then he played 13 games for Rangers between
There
96
you
and
go.
99. Andrew, Theo Snelders, bitch. Well done, Theo.
Yeah.
Football didn't start until the year 2000, mate.
Well, the player of the year did, motherfucker. He had 1 cap for the Netherlands. Good guy, Theo Snelders. Fucking never heard of this guy. Played 227 games for Aberdeen, and no one's ever heard of him.
The Dons will be raging at us for never having heard of their legend.
Looks like a
I
good
wonder,
guy,
ask
man.
the Dons fans, comment down below, who do you
Yeah.
prefer, Theo Snelders or Jamie Langfield?
Or Jim Leighton. Okay, our second favourite Dutchman after Snelders won it in 2004, 2005 in a shared win. Who was this player that shared the title of PFA Player of the Year in 2004, 2005?
Would have been around
Rickson.
about that time, yeah. Would have been quite a few Rangers Dutch players about that time. Yeah, I'll go with that. I'm not going to argue with that. Yeah.
Final answer, Rickson?
Oh, well done, mate.
Yes.
Correct, well done. Fernando Rickson shared the trophy in 2004, 2005 with a player we'll find out later on. Okay, the next one is a Swede. He's won it twice in 98, 99, 2000, 2001.
This one's surely
Name that
pretty
player.
easy, eh?
Can we get clues? Maybe Miyalby, maybe Hedman. He was the goalkeeper. I'm sure he was smooth. Maybe he was Dutch.
Yeah, it's got to be Larson, isn't it?
Good player. Sebastian or Henrik?
No, yeah, Henrik Larsson. Final answer.
Sebastian Faure.
Correct. Okay, so that's the two. Then there was one Australian that won it in 99, 2000. Name that player.
Yeah,
Mark Viduka.
would have been about that time. I thought
Correct,
Scott
Mark
McDonald,
Viduka.
but it's later.
And then we're on the ones now. The next one is from Denmark. He won it in 94, 95.
Low drop.
Player of the Year.
You
Danish
around
player,
about
94,
that
95. Ooh, which one? I'm sure.
Brian
the
May.
brothers played for the Rangers, did they not?
Brian Loudrop. Brian,
Which one
obviously.
was better? Was Brian better? Obviously.
Can you think of anyone
Right
else?
answer, Brian Loudrop.
No, Peter Schmeichel.
For who?
Man United, PFA
Yeah.
Player of the Year.
Okay, so you're going to go for
I'm joking.
Brian Laudrup?
It's Laudrup.
correct. Loudrop, 94, 95, the best Loudrop brother. Okay, and then we have a rather random country that won the Player of the Year, PFA, for Honduras, in
Honduras.
2010, 2011. Honduras.
Izagiri.
I can't think of any other
Emilio.
Hondurans.
Hondurians, I think.
Honduran.
Well done.
Correct.
I don't think I
Izagiri.
would have got that one.
Okay. There's 4 more of this quiz, which is rather easy. I've realised, as Tam just rattled apart from Theo Snelders. But one Northern Irishman has won it in 2009, 2010. Who was that player? Voted for by his peers. 2009, 10, Northern Ireland.
Davis was around that time.
Yeah, probably Davo. Niall McGinn hadn't won it.
Yeah.
Probably too early.
Yeah.
Tony Stokes was Southern Ireland, wasn't he? He was
so-
an Irish man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Davis.
Nice.
Davis?
Good pull from the
Correct.
guild.
Okay, next one. 3 more left in alphabetical order. Norway, 2014, 2015.
What was that?
Christopher
it
Ayer,
wasn't the
could
one
it?
I was thinking of. Oh no, I was thinking of Lustig, but he was Swedish. Was that Ayer? I was going to say it was
14,
Ayer, not a
15
little
might
bit
be a
later
bit
than that,
early.
but I suppose he kind of
Right.
went there. He's probably been down south quite a while now.
Oh no, never mind. Cancel my
14,
excitement.
15. It's surely got to be a Celtic player. So I think we're on the right track. I can't think of anyone else. I think Ayer is probably the best shout, but
Oh, was it? This could be really. El Yunusi?
He was actually.
Maybe.
I think he was Norwegian. He was it Egyptian, Norwegian or something? He played for one of the Scandinavian teams.
I don't remember him being that good though.
Would it have, probably wouldn't have taken that much, would it? I think I just a gut feel it's maybe a little bit too early for Ayer, but I think El Yunusi is an excellent shout. I can't think of any other Norwegians. I bet it's one of them that is actually not a Celtic player as well, but it would make sense around about that time. Yeah.
Well, Rangers were obviously down, and Motherwell were decent then. The Dons were decent. I can't think of any Norwegians that played for Aberdeen that was their standout, like talisman.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, fuck it. El Yunusi.
Ayer.
Wrong.
Oh!
It was Stefan Johansson.
Who?
Oh!
The fuck is that?
Attacking midfielder. Yeah.
Don't remember him.
It's Stefan Johansson, mate.
No.
Blonde hair,
Miles off it,
floppy
Gildy.
hair.
You have to Google it after.
No, okay.
Yeah, they've had a few strikers like from I think Scandinavia and forwards from Scandinavia. They had like Israeli players and stuff that I could never remember their names. They were fine, like they did all right for a season and buggered off, and I
I
can't
don't remember him at all.
He's one
He
of them.
won Player of the Year, mate. Bloody Player of the Year voted by his peers.
Tinpot ball knowledge over here, mate. Sauce.
Okay, two more. Republic of Ireland, 2007, 2008.
I think we've said him already. It's either going to be Stokes or McGeady.
What? Not Noel Hunt? Are you joking?
2007-8?
Yeah, I think McGeady. I don't think Stokesy. Stokesy was a wee bit later as well, wasn't he?
He's
And I
pretty
don't think he would have
prolific,
won
though, wasn't he?
Player of the Year, would he? I think he was in the, shadow of
Gary Hooper.
Mr. Hooper, for a while.
Yeah, no, fair enough. McGeady was that time, wasn't it?
I'd be more
Around about
confident with McGeady. Yeah, I think he maybe left like around about
2010-ish or something, yeah.
the season after that, maybe. I know he was definitely there in 05, 06, 07. Yeah, McGeady.
All right.
Correct. And the final one.
He's
I know,
not very
hates it.
like enthusiastic when we're getting them right.
I know. I'm the quizmaster that wants you to get them wrong. Isn't that the quizmaster's vibe? He likes the hard questions.
Just a bit of fake excitement would be good.
Well done. The next one, and the last one, is a Welshman that shared it with Rickson in 2004, 2005. Which Welshman would that be?
Yeah, the first one that popped
Big
in my
Bad
head.
John, surely.
Big Bad John.
Oh wait, 0405. It wouldn't be Bellamy, would it?
Well, surely he was not
He
going
was
to
only
get
there for half a season.
PFA if he was there for such a short time. Ledley popped into my head, but that was way after. Hartson's definitely around the same time as Rickson.
That was after, yeah.
So, yeah.
Hartson
I think
was,
there's been a lot of
I'm sure he
brilliant
was,
Welsh players that
because that was the season that
have only got off a small pot.
I think that was the season. 0405 was the season that Larson had just left. He left at the end of 04, and they brought in Bellamy, I think, in January because he'd fallen out with Suey, and Chris Sutton, Hartson, Bellamy were the three main forwards. Yeah, I'd say Hartson.
All right.
Correct. Well done, lads. John Hartson. So you got two wrong at the quiz out of like 14. Stefan Johansson was the recent one, and Theo Schnelders was the one from the 80s. He did very well. Pretty confident on most of them, so fair play. Well done, lads.
Dream team, mate.
That's right.
Good job.
Tangerines and the oranges.
Well done.
Combining.
Good quiz. Well done, Matthew.
And that's a high note there. Yeah, thanks, mate. Thanks. Thanks for the praise there. Tam, any comments in the quiz? Any comments?
It was good. It was enjoyable, yeah. It was different. It's nice to be on the other side of a quiz. I was quite nervous about it because, I slag you guys off for being shite, and I was scared I was going to be the same.
I liked it.
But we did well.
I liked
We're a
it
good
a
team.
lot.
Yeah, you guys were good. So yeah, that bit wraps it up. for another episode of Tinpot. Thanks for sticking around, listen to us. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, share with your friends and family, and pass on to Neil McCann if you know him. Let him know. Talked about him again. Tam, Andrew, any parting words for our faithful listeners?
Tell us who you think's going to win the league. Give us your predictions. We want to hear them.
Yeah.
And I will try reverse psychology. Don't subscribe, don't share it with anyone.
It's worth a shot, yeah.
Maybe
Worked
that's
so
worth
far.
a shot.
Yep, thanks boys. It was a pleasure hosting you. And I hope to
Brilliant.
host you again
Good
soon.
job. Best regards.
Cheers.
Bye.
Goodbye.